here's one thing that I hear a lot when I say, well, who's your target audience? And people be like, well, everybody. No, no, no. Everybody cannot be your target audience. You need to have a set target audience, and the people who can't afford you should not be calling. Good morning. I pray your day is off to an amazing start. I know mine is. You just logged on for your free consultation with me, Dewana Lewis. And I'm excited. I'm so excited because this is the first consultation. And I don't know, it's something about that first and then the progression and where we're going with this. I don't know. I just get excited about it. I like the process. I'm one of those people that enjoy the journey. Everybody wants to get there, but I like the journey. And yeah, so I'm excited to be a part of your journey. I'm excited to have the opportunity to, hold your hand, walk through this marketing thing and just do my part in making sure that you are in a good place and you are making your money because you have good marketing. So, yeah, I want to get into it. First, I need to explain some things, and I want to introduce myself more formally because I'm assuming because you press play that you know who I am, and that's not always the case. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's just random. So, with that being said, I introduced myself earlier. I said I'm Dewana Lewis. That's who I am. I am a marketing specialist. I primarily work with bars, lounges, nightclubs, and restaurants, venues. And I also work a lot with personal brands, primarily international keynote speakers. So I do if you see me look down, it's just because my notes are down here and I don't want to miss anything and I don't want to say the wrong thing. So yeah, there's that. I work with primarily when it's personal brands, I work with keynote speakers. That's my sweet spot there. But I do have, other companies that I work with in other capacities, but retainer clients, the people that pay me on contract on a monthly basis or annual basis, those are it. What we're going to be doing is we're going to have this consultation. We're going to be meeting with each other and we're going to be going over step by step on building your full marketing strategy. Pretty much, we're going to build the whole thing out in each of our following consultations, and it's going to be gruesome. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but when you put in the work, you're going to make your money. That's one of the things that I love about me and my service and my team is that we give ROI. Like, you are going to see a return on your investment. Your investment at this point is time because I'm not sending an invoice for this. Now, if you do want to do a one-on-one with me, you can. And you can go to my website. That's www.thedewanalewis.com. And you'll be able to schedule a consultation with me. And that is paid. So that's paid, but we can do it if you would like to do it that way. Otherwise, I'll be giving you this information in our consultations here. And so this is our first one. The first one I wanted to talk to you about, I wanted to touch on what is branding, but I don't want to dive completely into that just at this moment. I want to explain what marketing is first because a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs get it all mixed up that they say that they're marketing, but they really mean something else. So let me just break it down. Now, marketing is an umbrella to three different categories. The first category is branding. The second category is advertising. And then the third category is PR, which is public relations. And we're gonna gradually touch on what all of those things are, but for today, we're focusing in on branding. Our next few consultations is about building your brand. We got to build the brand first. I feel like we should start there and then we'll go into the advertising and then we'll go into our public relations and what we need to do for that. But let's start with branding. So, like our next 10, maybe 12 consultations are going to be definitely on building this brand because I mean, Why wouldn't me? What I need to do, because sometimes I you know how you know a topic so well that you think everybody else knows the topic too? I am like that with this. I promise you I am. So if I sound condescending at any point, I apologize and I will catch myself and I will reel myself back in. But sometimes I just be like, why wouldn't you want to work on the face of your company first? Like how you look, your presentation. Why wouldn't that be a consideration first? Why would you skip straight to advertising when you don't even have a good presentation of your product or your services? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just be on that. So anyway, let's really get into it. What is branding? I want to first say that I know a lot of people think that they are branding. And I'm gonna assume that if you're watching this, you may already have a business and you may already be like really in the thick of it and moving. So you feel like, well, I have colors and I have a business card and I have a logo, so I have a brand. And you no. No, no, no. Especially if you created all those things without doing some things that we're about to do in our following consultations. So I just wanted to say that, yeah, maybe you have those things, but I'm not. I'm gonna guess that you did all things wrong, especially if you're here with me because something is not working, and we're gonna work on that. Whatever is not working, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it now. All right. So let me tell you what branding is not. Branding, I have my notes down here, so I don't want to miss anything. So if I'm looking down, it's not because I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just because I don't want to miss certain bullet points that I have created. Okay. So, okay. I'm corny too, so just laugh a little bit with me. What branding is not? Branding is not just your logo. Branding is not just your Instagram grid. And branding is not just having a website. Branding is an emotional connection people have with your business. And if you have a business and people don't have an emotional connection with you, then you don't have a solid brand. And that's just how it goes. Now, what is branding? Branding is the feeling someone gets when they interact with you online or off. Branding is the promise your business makes and keeps. And branding is the way your business looks, sounds, and behaves on a consistent basis. All right? So I hope you got that. I hope you got that. Now, I I'm thinking of a time, and I was like, I'm not gonna tell this story because I'm the guy that I'm talking about. He follows me, but I feel like we cool. So, I mean, I still work with him from time to time, but I feel like we cool. But here's the thing. I had a client to come to me and say, I need you to help me with my branding. And he had a car detail company, and he was telling me like, look, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not the parking lot detailer. Here are my goals. And he wanted to be a car detailer for luxury cars. Cool. So he said, hey, I've done a lot already. I already have the name and I already have my logo, and I have a button, just kind of running down all the things that he already had. So I looked at his logo, y'all. I looked at that logo. That logo was pink and purple, and that was the colors for his business. And I said, well, why is it pink and purple? Like, why is it pink and purple? He's like, I'll let my daughter choose the colors. Oh, okay. Now, mind you, I just said that he was trying to get in the industry to be a luxury car detailer. And he's like, yeah, this so skipping all past, like didn't think that the logo was a problem. And I said, let's stop for a second. Now, I have foreign cars that can be considered luxury. And I would say, if I saw that logo, I would say, no, you cannot touch my car. You cannot touch my car. The logo wasn't, it was like cartoony, and it had like a cartoon car, and it had like him as a cartoon, not a caricature, but it was like a cartoon, and it was pink and purple. And I was just like, this would not attract someone like me with a luxury vehicle. And so when he heard that, he was like, well, why? And I said, well, when you think luxury, the colors are not pink and purple, the colors are black and gold. So if I'm not seeing black and gold or black and white, timeless colors, luxury colors, I'm not gonna think to that you're going to be great. Like, I would have to meet you first or get a referral. But even then, I'm like, oh, you see this man logo. So once he heard that, he was like, oh man, I spent $500 on this logo. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you spent that much, but if we're going to go where we need to go, we're going to have to scratch this logo. So yeah, we ended up scratching that logo and coming up with something super dope, like super nice. And he went on after, going through brand camp with me. I do offer a brand camp, but we went through the brand camp. He did well. He's still doing well. He has, so he comes to you and cleans the cars. So he has multiple trucks now in the city that go to the clients and clean the cars and luxury vehicles. So, I think that's pretty cool. But I brought up this story to let you know that just because you've already gotten your logo, after what we're doing, you may have to change it, because we are really locking in, and we're really gonna brand what you have. All right. So I want to go over what are some of the components to a strong brand. And number one, the identity. I just talked to you about the logo. So it's the logo, the colors, the topography. All of this is going to be decided once we know who the target audience is. You should never come up with your logo before you know who your target audience is. Okay? It's just, don't do that, because the logo is not for you to like. It's for the people that are going to buy from you. They need to like it. If y'all hear that, I'm sorry. It is the lawn people and the people that do landscaping around here, and they would pick today. Like, normally it's a Friday. But anyway, so your brand voice, this is another strong component, component to a strong brand. It's your brand voice, how you sound, your brand values, what is it that you stand for, your brand positioning, who you're for, and why you're the best at it. Okay, so we have to decide all of that, and we are going to go over all of that. I promise you, in our future consultations, we are going to tap on that, and we are going to lock in really big. But here's a point that I want to make: your brand is your business's personality, and it should attract your ideal clients and repel the wrong ones. Here's one thing that I hear a lot when I say, well, who's your target audience? And people be like, well, everybody. No, everybody cannot be your target audience. You need to have a set target audience, and the people who can't afford you should not be calling. The people who are not going to utilize your services correctly or give you a hard time, they should not be calling. And when we build your brand out, pretty much this is going to weed out the people that really should not be there. All right. So, ROI on branding. Why is branding an investment and not just something that you have the option that you want to pay for? Branding is something that is needed to make more money. If you are trying to position yourself to make the most money that you can make, you're going to take your branding seriously. So listen, higher trust equals higher prices. When you have a solid brand, people will trust you more. They will trust you more, and if they trust you more, they will pay more. I am a person that has no problem paying more for a brand that I connect with than a brand that I don't. They could sell the same nail polish. But if I am invested in this person's story, in this person's success, in their journey, hey, if their nail polish is $27.99 and the other one is 14, I will pay the $27.99. No problem. Consistency equals recognizability. So when you're always in someone's face, when they always are seeing you, then they will remember you later. They will be able to say, "Oh, you like with me. I'm trying to be in people's faces every day, every day, every day." And then when someone says, "Oh, I need a website," and because I do what I do and I do it on a consistent basis, then when someone says, "Oh, I know someone that you can call and get you that and do the website for you. I know someone who has an agency and let me connect you." Okay, that's part of the brand. That's part of the brand. And positioning equals market domination. When you understand where you want to be when it comes to market, I mean, not market domination, but when the position that you want to put yourself in, when you want to say, hey, I'm upper echelon, I'm the best at what I do, then we plan for that. We strategize for that. And when you strategize for that, you are going to reach your goal, and ultimately it will lead to market domination. And that is something that I push for my clients, and it it happens. It happens. It's a consistent climb. It's a consistent climb because there's always someone else that wants your spot. And they're coming for you. So you can never let up. You can never let up off your when especially when you're working on positioning. You can never let up. Again, I am sorry for the if you do hear the lawnmower and stuff, that's crazy. That is so crazy that's today. Anyway, another point that I do want to make is if marketing gets them to the door, branding gets them to stay. If marketing gets them through the door, then your branding is what's going to keep them staying, going to keep them rocking with you. All right, so here's some homework. This is something that I need you to work on. Well, first, we're just going to ask some questions, and then I need you to think about it. Think about it so that we're ready and we can conquer the next episode, okay? I mean, next consultation. All right, so first thing, do people know what you do in 7 seconds? So, in 7 seconds of being exposed to you and your brand, can they tell what it is that you do? That's number one. Number two, can they recognize your visuals? So, if they see your stuff out on the street, they know that's your company. And with whether you're there or not, they know that's your company. Number three, does your website feel like your business? So when someone logs onto your website, does it feel more like if you're a salon, does it feel more like a clothing store boutique? I've seen that before, so I'm saying I'm not talking about nothing that I've never seen. Does it feel like more of a construction company? Like it's just a template that you threw up and you have some stock photos and it's not really feeling like a salon website? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, these are some things that you really want to talk about. So do this audit. These were like, brand audit questions that I would normally ask in a one-on-one. And so I'm asking you now. So kind of think through those things. If the answer is no to any of them, then we have some work to do, and I can't wait till our next episode. Now, in our next episode, we are going to be working on your brand story. It starts there. And I think that's super exciting. Like I really like tackling this because this is like your bio. This is what you're going to use to tell the story of your journey. So we have to start here. This is the foundation of everything. This is how people are going to connect with you, how they're going to relate to you. So you don't want to miss our next consultation. It's going to this is the game changer here, and this is us laying out that foundation. All right? So That's it. I think I'm at the end of all my notes. Yeah, I'm at the end of all my notes. So here's the housekeeping stuff that I have to do. I need you to go onto my website, www.thedewanalewis.com, and make sure that you are locked in with me however you need to lock in. And what I mean by that is make sure, like, if you are watching this from YouTube or listening to this on Stitch, Spotify, if you're listening to it on Google, if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts, like, I need you to follow, like, subscribe, comment, do all of those things. But it's the hub for all of that is on my website. So I gave you my website, and I'm a great marketer, maybe not so much of a great speaker. I'm working on it. I'm on here now. But you can go to my website, and it's www.thedewanalewis.com/free consultation. And you'll see everything. You'll see all the links to my socials. You'll see the links to the podcast, how you can listen to the podcast, and you will also see, the YouTube stuff. And I just want you to connect with me on everything that you can connect with me on. I don't put the same thing on all platforms. So I think it's pretty cool that we can, relate to each other differently on different on our different platforms. And oh yeah, Facebook. I don't even think I mentioned Facebook and LinkedIn. So yeah, all of those things. The hub is going to be on my website. You'll see the link to the free consultation, and then we'll get together and we'll do our thing there. You can also email me with any questions that you have. That's email@thedewanalewis.com. I typically take at least 24 to 36 hours to reply to emails. And that's only because I get a lot of them all day, every day. And I'm not kidding. I get a lot of emails. And so I have to sort through and I have to reply. And I don't spend my full day doing it. I actually just give myself like 2 hours out the day. I reply to emails and then I keep it moving. This episode was sponsored by Yes Ma'am Hosting and Maintenance. YesMa'am.net hosting and maintenance. If you need a boutique style hosting company, one that's going to be more hands-on with your projects, more hands-on with your website, more hands-on with your online presence, this is the hosting company for you. Make sure you log on today. That's www.yesmamhosting.net. www.yesmamhosting.net. Check it out. Domains, SSL certificates. You got your Microsoft. You got your Google Space licensings. You got all of that. Email boxes. You got your whole cPanel. Everything that you need to be successful for your company, your small business is there. It's there. Just go check it out. All right. So I got to wrap this up. But I want you to remember, please, please, please remember that Jesus loves you. And I do too.